What about habits? Is there anything like in particular? Is it a common question that we tend to ask people on the pod? But anything that you have recently been doing or have done perhaps medium long term, which you think has had like a massive impact on your life that you'd recommend others do? Could be anything, but is there anything in particular? Because I always see habits as like the building blocks of success. You know, you get enough of those bricks in, you eventually get that wall, right? But what are like the top ones for you?
Yeah. So the first thing so it's funny because I don't even think of them as habits anymore. That's different because I just do them. But I do intermittent fast, so I don't eat my first meal until much later, like 1 p.m.
You do two
And so
meals a day
I
or one meal a day?
yeah, I do 2 meals a day. So I'll do my first meal around like 1 p.m., like a late lunch, and
Yeah.
then I'll do like a 7 p.m. dinner, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. dinner, and then I'll pretty much I won't eat anything 2 hours before I sleep because you don't want your body to be digesting while you're sleeping. And so so basically like I don't eat anything 2 hours before all the way up till 1 p.m. the next day. And then I do take a lot of I obviously try to get a good night's sleep. And then I'll take a lot of I'm really into longevity too, and I don't talk
Mm.
about longevity at all online because it's pretty out there, and I haven't really like basically I'm into it, but I just don't know how to like approach it right now in terms of my like online identity.
Yeah.
But but I take a lot of like supplements and things like that I believe in will be. I think longevity is going to be the next huge wave after maybe AI. Um, but but yeah, I take care of myself, and the way I see it is I'm an athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur athlete. Like I have to be in good shape every day because I'm literally like today, Alfie, like I have back-to-back meetings for like 30-minute sessions, six in a row.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that if I was tired or I'm not in the best, whatever mental shape. And so I see myself as an athlete and I'm training my body to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What supplements do you take?
So I take this, I mean now we're getting really in the deep end, but I take quercetin, fisetin, resveratrol. I take NMN,
Okay.
NMN. I take berberine, which is a good substitute for metformin, which lowers your blood sugar. I take spermidine, which is actually the company that I get the spermidine from is from the UK.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
they're the highest quality in my book. But anyways, so there's a lot of like stuff that vitamin ADK. I take omega 3, some basic stuff like that.
That's cool. You take more than me. I take quite a bit, but that's a lot more than me, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about books? Another common question I ask is like anything in particular that stands out to you, which I guess my audience is tech entrepreneurs for the most part. I'd say 99%
Yeah.
of people listening are tech founders, leaders, managers, or software engineers. That's basically it. Yeah, mostly in the UK and the States. What any books that they should read that you'd recommend that helped you?
So anything written by Jim Collins, I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah, good to
So
great. Yeah,
yeah, Good to Great, Built to Last, all that. Um, I think that what else is important though is that I I think it's really important that entrepreneurs read stuff outside their own country. And so I read a lot of like entrepreneurs from Japan, for example. And like I like to just like get a holistic view of entrepreneurship. And I think that's really cool and important because you live in a bubble. Like I'm in San Francisco.
yeah,
Like I'm surrounded by people trying to raise money for their next unicorn,
yeah, yeah.
right? And like if I'm just entrenched in that, I'm just going to all these events in San Francisco. Like I don't want to be, I don't want to turn into like an AI, like create, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to like get put into this box of like, oh, I'm a San Francisco like person, like all entrepreneur, or whatever. Like, I want to be holistic, and so I like to read a lot of books from different countries. Like, Kazuo Inamori is a fantastic Japanese entrepreneur, and he built Kyocera, for example. Um, a lot of these philosophies outside of the U.S. is what's funny is the U.S. has a very what is it almost like egotistical perspective on entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of the country, I find, is they're more ego less. Like they care more about the team, that the people, doing good in the like for the community. Whereas the U.S. is a little more about like build that dollar thing and like so it's a little bit, it's a different way of thinking about it, but it's important to get that holistic experience.